Some of y'all want to get a life. You know, you spend 40 years, you finally get your act together, you finally get an education, get a career, get involved in the community. You think you make some friends, and then you come to an occasion like this. Good God. What did I do the last 40 years? What am I going to do when I grow up? But I'm not the only one bad judgment. I would accuse my parents who are here of extremely bad judgment for letting me live this long, but I know what they were doing. They want to see me the day I call them, and I have. Would you believe what they did? And their answer is, gee. You get something like this, gee. You know, when you were growing up, so we know it's an opportunity, right? Which some of y'all are certainly here for that reason. Some of y'all here is your friend. Some of y'all are just here as your friend and they're the right trash about it. Karen, you know, I don't care what they say here. You go around telling people your first time in history, your Republicans won every statewide race, gains in the General Assembly, first chairman in a generation to lead a positive bank balance. Politicians lead a negative bank balance. Is that a surprise? Karen, you're a lousy politician, not a positive bank balance, but I'll tell you. You know, the only reason you haven't started a divorce period is because your feelings forgotten what you look like you've been gone so long. And boy, this whole thing you did, you play the country boy, then you're off in third world countries. You know, they make Miami Vice episodes about people like that. They usually end up in prison. Oh, they have boats too, boy. Oh, what do you have? Oh, I'm sorry. Your boat never works. And Bonnie, it's okay. We'll talk later. And Robert, there are people in academia who curse the day you unleash me. And I'll give you a little bit of advice. Being proud of your German heritage is more than drinking a lot of beer and cursing in German. And Larry, you chair the Senate Transportation Committee. I can't say anything. You're powerful to say. But seriously, Karen, just a couple things. Karen, you and I have gone at it.
We love each other.
We've gone at it in the past, but you know, you proved me wrong the last 2 years. I was skeptical. You have absolutely performed wonderfully. 4 years ago, you lost education. Anybody could have said, I'm done. You lost the state race by 500 votes, and everybody said, you know what, you worked hard, walk away. You came back, you got in the ring, and you left a hell of a legacy in 2 years. You've been more than 2 years. Though we've been acting in the Republican Party, have seen 20, 30, 40 years. We have not seen somebody in 10 years do what Karen's done too. And Robert had me for the first course in graduate school, and he beat me up hard. I also got my first published paper from this class. And somewhere along the line in graduate school, I kind of came back to that point where I kind of went astray about 16 years old. My parents kind of knew that. Mom, Dad, about 16 is where I kind of went off the tracks, right? Let me shake your head. 14, well, I kind of got back to that point. I realized, you know, I kind of like thinking. I kind of like reading. I kind of like digging deep. And you know, Robert, you kind of reconnected me with that. You did. Hadn't been for you, I wouldn't have gotten back in that place in life. And I feel really good about that. Well, thank everybody for coming. Several people didn't want to speak. My employer, who's been diligent taking notes about what's been said about me. I hope I have a job next weekend. Stephanie, okay, my God. The only worst age flashback than me is that today's that cake. I would both have, you know, this year I got a 9-year-old sister going to be a grandparent. How strange is that, folks? Somebody